Welcome back to Four Faces. Today I'm going to talk about Biden's plan to eliminate your student debt. Now, the truth matter is that people are saying he's going to forgive you for $50,000, all the debt. That's not true. Only thing that he agreed to really, or that he actually mentioned, was the forgiveness of $10,000. And that's pretty much all he really agreed to. But with that being said, there's a lot of confusion out there of how much he actually could forgive student debts for. With that being said, though, there's actually a resolution out there, a Congress resolution, that is proposing to eliminate student debt. Now, I have the actual bill for you to see so you can see for yourself and make your own conclusions. Because right now, there's massive confusion out there. Some websites are saying, oh yeah, all student debt. Some are saying none. You got CNN saying one thing. So the bottom line is that it's basically crazy town. So I want you to see it, because like they say, seeing it is believing it. Please leave your comments below and I'll get back at you. So here's the actual resolution bill that's being presented to Congress. Now, this information I'm going to show you is from Congress.gov. So I'm showing you it's live. Physically, I'm showing you where you need to go to get the actual true information about what bills are being presented, what bills are being passed, and by the way, who's presenting the bills and who's saying yay and nay on that bill. So it's very important. But if you don't have the time, it's okay. I'm going to go through it with you. Okay, so with that being said, let's go straight to the bill that's being presented for the student loan forgiveness. So here we go. And if you see, it's HRES 100. By the way, this is the 117th Congress. The 116th Congress ended early this year in January. With that being said, you can see it says, call on the President of the United States to take executive action to broadly cancel federal student loan debt. And I do want to emphasize on calling on the president to take executive action. It's not literally asking for Congress to take up a bill. It's saying, listen, President, you have the power to eliminate student debt. Why don't you just do it? And now there's an argument going back and forth whether or not he can do it, he can't do it. The truth of the matter is that it's been done before. Not to the scale in which they are asking, though. That's the tricky part, right? Because to cancel everybody's student debt, that's like over $1 trillion. So that's why Biden did mention that he preferred Congress to come up with some type of bill to eliminate that. But we know if we do that, it ain't going to probably pass, because a lot of people on the Republican side is not going to agree with that. Now, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm just trying to prove to you and show you the evidence. I'm going to show you that in a second, that with this executive order, how many people actually sign on this. Now, I'm going to show you right now, the sponsor of this bill is a Democrat. Imagine that. Presley, right? Representative Presley. She actually came up or sponsored this bill. There are a couple of co-sponsors, and they are 54 there. Let's look at who's co-sponsoring this bill. Let's look at that, because that's very important. Let's see who's agreeing to the president eliminating a lot of this student debt. And if you can see here, you got Ilhan Omar, that's a Democrat, Waters, Adams, Bowman, and it goes on and on and on. But here's the bigger thing. I'm going to big this up a little bit. They are all Democrats. You see the D? So you see this lady is from California, right? And it's all, let me shrink this down a little bit. They are all Democrats. So you mean to tell me not one Republican wants student loan debt to occur? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, I have 2 college degrees, right? I have one in engineering. I have another one in science. I'm going to tell you now, I did not take out a student loan. I paid for it out of pocket. It took me a little bit longer to finish school, of course, but nevertheless, I did finish school, and I never took out a student loan to do it. Now, the argument is, I know what people going to say. Oh, I paid for school. Why are they getting a free ride? Why are they being? I paid $100,000. I paid $50,000. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, like I said before, I paid my own way through college. I never took out a loan to do so. So here's the thing. I should be upset too, but you know what? I'm not. It's okay, because at the end of the day, these people, a lot of people today, are paying a lot more for college than ever before. Some people are in $100,000 debt. Some people owe more money than they making annually on their new current job. So let's just keep that in mind before you conclude that it's not fair. And you can see it says committees, right? It tells you committees. It says latest actions. Now this is very important, because a lot of times what happens is people are assuming, like the media and other YouTubers are saying, oh, the bill passed. No, just because you hear it on the news, just because you hear it on CNN or Fox or whatever site you got it from, doesn't mean that it passed. It could just be being presented, and that's what this is. And if you look down, it says tracker. Let me just pick that up a little bit. And it says introduce. That's all it is. It's being introduced. It's saying, okay, here's a bill. Now, it's not even really a bill. It's just a resolution, to be honest with you. It's saying, here, look, can the president just go ahead and do executive order to eliminate the debt? That's all it is.
Forgiveness figure in your plan. Would you take executive action to achieve it?
It does figure in my plan. I've laid out in detail. For example, the legislation passed by the Democratic House calls for immediate $10,000 forgiveness of student loans. It's holding people up. They're in real trouble. They're having to make choices between paying their student loan and paying their rent, those kinds of decisions. It should be done immediately. In addition to that, as you know, I think that everything from community college straight through to doubling Pell Grants to making sure that we have access, free education for anyone making under $125,000 for 4 years of college. And there is a program that exists now under the law that forgives student loans for being able to engaging in public service. I'm going to institute that fundamental change in that, so it's able to be available to everyone that in fact is engaged. It's not being very well managed right now. So I'm going to do all of those things. Thank you.